The rain fell hard on the small town of Elmridge. On the outskirts, beside a trash bin near an old hardware store, a shivering brown and white pup lay curled in a soggy cardboard box. His ribs showed. His fur was matted with dirt and fear. No collar. No name. But someone was watching. A teenage girl named Ellie spotted him on her way home from school. She'd always walked that route, but today something made her pause. Maybe it was the way the pup's eyes followed her. Not with fear, but hope. She crouched down, umbrella shaking in the wind, and held out her hand. "It's okay, buddy," she whispered. "I've got you now." The pup didn't run. He leaned forward and rested his wet head in her palm. That was the moment everything changed. Ellie took him home, wrapped him in a towel, fed him warm chicken broth, and named him Milo. Her father wasn't thrilled, but after seeing the way Milo refused to leave Ellie's side, even sleeping outside her door on the first night, he gave in. Milo wasn't just rescued. He became family. In the weeks that followed, Milo transformed. He grew stronger, faster, loyal beyond words. Wherever Ellie went, Milo followed. If she cried, Milo laid his head on her lap. If she laughed, he barked and danced with joy. But deep, in his heart, Milo remembered the pain of being abandoned. And he silently vowed never to let anyone, especially Ellie, feel alone the way he once had. It was a Saturday morning, golden with early light. Ellie and her dad were walking Milo by the park just before the road curved sharply toward the open woods. Traffic was light, but cars occasionally zoomed by, ignoring the speed signs. That's when Milo froze. A soft cry, almost too faint to hear, came from across the street. Milo's ears perked up. He sniffed the wind. Ellie followed his gaze and gasped. In the middle of the road, barely visible against the asphalt, was a tiny gray kitten. No older than a few weeks. It was mewing helplessly, trembling as trucks passed dangerously close. "Dad, stop! There's a kitten!" Ellie cried. Her father moved to step forward, but Milo was faster. Without hesitation, Milo bolted. "Milo!" The world slowed. Tires screeched. A horn blared. Milo darted through the traffic, dodging between bumpers and tires, his heart pounding. One car swerved. Another honked and barely missed him. The kitten, frozen in fear, didn't move. Milo slid to a halt in front of her. Gently, carefully, he nudged the kitten with his nose. She didn't run. Too weak, too scared. So Milo did something no one expected. He picked her up by the scruff, turned, and ran back across the road. Ellie dropped to her knees as he returned, panting, still cradling the kitten in his mouth. He laid her down softly on Ellie's lap, then collapsed beside them. The vet said the kitten had a minor paw injury, but would be fine. "Lucky she was found," the vet said, rubbing Milo's head. "Luckier still who found her." Milo was treated for minor cuts and bruises, but he didn't whimper. He didn't flinch. He only kept glancing at the kitten beside him on the exam table. From that day on, Milo had a new mission. He followed the kitten everywhere. If she cried, he was there. If she fell asleep, he curled around her like a warm, breathing shield. They named her Luna, after the moon, soft and small, but glowing in the darkness. Luna quickly bonded with Milo, climbing on his back, pawing at his ears, even curling up next to him in his bed. And Milo? He became her silent guardian. Ellie watched, them grow closer by the day. It was something magical, watching a rescue dog once lost and unwanted become a hero not just to her, but to another tiny soul who'd almost been lost to the world. They weren't just pets. They were survivors, and they had each other. Months passed. The leaves turned amber, Then snow blanketed the ground. Milo and Luna were inseparable. But Milo, now older, began to slow down. His walks with Ellie grew shorter, his eyes a bit dimmer. Still, he smiled through his panting. Still, he guarded the yard where Luna chased birds in sunshine. One evening, as Ellie sat on the porch watching the sunset, Luna curled in her lap. Milo rested at her feet, his tail gently thumping. "Milo," she whispered. "You saved us all, you know." He looked up at her, then at Luna, and let out a soft, contented sigh. That night, Milo passed away in his sleep. Peacefully, quietly, with Luna pressed into his chest and Ellie's hand resting on his paw. The town of Elmridge held a small vigil. People lit candles outside their homes. A local artist painted a mural of Milo, standing tall in front of a speeding car, kitten in mouth. Beneath it were the words, "Loyalty is not learned. It is lived." Ellie still walks Luna every morning. And at every bend in the road, Luna pauses. She sniffs the air, tail twitching, as if searching for the familiar sound of padded paws behind her. Some say on quiet mornings, if you listen closely, you can still hear them. Milo's soft bark and Luna's purr, echoing down the lanes of Elmridge. Morale, even a heart once broken, can shine brighter than the sun when it beats with love, courage, and loyalty.